Hi guys, Ian from footballboost.co.uk here, and today we're talking about putting the Glitch and the Hypervenom 3 in the wash. Now, one of the reasons for putting the Glitch in the wash is the inner shoe can get a bit smelly after extended play. You might end up getting a little bit of mud around the collar. So these are going to go in, but you can't really tell that these are that dirty. So to enhance the look for you on the video, gone ahead and got this one a little extra dirty for you. And we'll just find out what happens when we actually do put them in the wash. Obviously your inner shoe's never going to look like this, or hopefully it's never going to look like this, but we'll just find out how effective it is getting it clean. One of the things we can do is take out the inner sole, and we can wash that separately, so maybe we'll just throw that in today as well. The other boot we're looking at putting in is obviously the brand new Hypervenom 3 DF. Got the stock collar, so you're going to want to be able to wash that at times. This whole boot is flying it now, flying it down through the bottom. We have put previous Hypervenoms in the wash, and today we'll be doing it with the 3. I'm sure you guys are interested to see what happens with these as well. Again, I'm going to take the sock liner out and we'll put that in with the wash too. One of the first things you can do is get rid of that little bit of the excess mud. Just kind of rub it off, whatever you can. And then we'll get ready to throw those in a minute. One thing to say, the other thing I've got here is the outer shoe on a Glitch. You're not necessarily needed to put these in the wash because you should be able to wipe them clean. Like you can just get like a wet cloth. I'll grab one in a second and I'll show you, you can just wipe the outer shoe clean. So it doesn't really need to go in the wash, but for the sake of this video, you can see like the mud is just flaking off really nicely on the outer shoe here. For the sake of this video, I will put this in the wash just to see what happens because you guys are probably interested to find out. So this is going to go in. As I say, it should be just a real easy wipe clean though. You don't need to do this with your own outer shoes, but we'll throw them in today for you. Inner shoe, as I said, that's going to go in as it is. One thing to mention is that the outer shoe that I'm putting in is synthetic. So you can put a synthetic outer shoe in and that's not a problem. But please do not put leather outer shoes in because they are leather. The leather can't go in the wash. It's not going to be very happy if you do that. And as I said, there's no need for you to put outer shoes in the wash. Anyway, right, let me grab a towel and we'll throw that in with the boots as well. A little bit of protection around the boots. All right, so we got the towel. I'm going to throw the towel in first. And we'll just wrap it around a little bit. Put the first one in. Be interesting to see how we get on around this sock part under here. I've decided to leave the laces in this time. Laces are staying in on these. Obviously you can take the laces out if you want. It's a little bit niggly getting them back into these, but not too bad because the eyelets are outside the boot, so that's quite good with the Hypervenom 3s for us. So pop those in. There we looking. These ones are the really muddy ones. I'm going to chuck these in too. I think that's about it. Get ready to put the wash on. So what I did is that I got a whole bunch of mud and water and I buried the inner shoe in the mud and water and completely coated the boots in mud just to give you guys that idea. You can see whether they do get clean or not in the wash. You're not going to be able to tell smell in this video, so that's what I did. I just caked them in mud. Not a normal situation, but that's what I did. Right, let's talk about the wash itself. And actually, let me grab a boot. If you want to, you can apply a little bit of detergent directly to the collar if you've got any stains or anything you want to get rid of. Or if you need to, you want to pre-treat them, you can use one of those sprays to try and get rid of the stains as well. If you've got something on there that you're trying to get rid of, it's not a bad idea to kind of put that in first and rub that in, whatever. I'm just going to go with the standard washing detergent today when I put these in the wash. So I open up the drawer and I just go with the kind of recommended amount for this type of like small load. Drop that into the wash. It means your boots are going to come out smelling nice. Do be aware that sometimes when you wash a pair of boots, they might come out a little bit kind of smaller, a little bit tighter than before, and that's to do with the way that they dry out. Okay, so you don't want them to dry out too quickly. You want to do it naturally. You can leave them 24 hours is like a reasonable amount of time to expect you need them to dry out. Put some newspaper in there to help them dry out, and That'll be the way to do it. If you do it too quickly, you can damage the boots. You don't want to do too hot of a wash. That's not going to cause you any issues. I'm going to go for quite a quick wash here today. 15 minutes. Not too fast a spin cycle. You could do like 1200, but I'm going to go for kind of a medium spin cycle. I don't want to go too crazy, knocking the boots around. Temperature important. You can go cold, or you could go like 30, but I wouldn't recommend 40. It's too hot. Today I'm just going to do a cold wash. Most of the time you can probably do a cold wash. You don't really need to be too crazy with cleaning these things. 15-minute wash today, nothing too fast, nothing too long, sorry. And we'll get these out and have a look and see what they look like. Right, so the detergent's in, the settings are all set. I'm going to put them in the wash. Close that up. And what I was saying about the sizing is if they do feel a bit tight afterwards, usually you're playing them for like about 15 minutes and they'll go back to the original size. It just takes a little bit of time, so don't be too shocked if they are a little tight after you have washed them. They should be fine. It's locked, it's started. Let's move you a little closer and we'll watch it. Anybody spot the Hypervenoms yet? They're in there. Bit of orange going around. Maybe a bit of green pop up soon. Oh, there they go. Alright guys, we'll be back soon once this is washed. Alright, that's really it this time. I'm excited to get them out, have a look, see what's happened. First ones to look at. Looking at the Glitch, they are quite stained still, so I would be interested to maybe try putting a bit of spray on there. Maybe we put them in again and just see if we could clean that up. Obviously today's video is just to see whether you can put them in the wash. Clearly you can, they are in good shape. We will put them into a test video soon, so when you watch the wet weather test, these will be the ones that have been in the wash, so you'll know what kind of state they're in. But structure wise they feel fine. I am a little disappointed that perhaps the stain didn't come out, but I mean part of it was that I completely submerged them in the mud, so we'll kind of try and get some of this stain out, and I think that'd be one of the most important things to you guys perhaps is getting the stain out. But these are definitely stained from the mud, and perhaps, as I say, I'll try a bit more kind of detergent on them, maybe rubbing that in and trying to get it out, and that might make the difference. You can see the difference between the two here. Alright, the ones that you're going to be interested in are those. Let's look at these. So these still look very sharp, but that's what's going to happen if you just wipe them clean. You don't need to put them in the wash to get them nice and clean like that, but they're out and looking good. Sock liner's in good shape. The only thing is you can see the Nike Grip branding, but that's just smudging from putting a heel on it. That always happens with sock liners and things like that. So obviously that's to deal with. Towel. Glitch sock liner, very happy, nice and clean. And let's have a look at these then. Oh, these are much better. They come out like they're like brand new. Check those out, brand new, aren't they? Absolutely brand new. Really good stuff. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Go enjoy your football.